Alright, you guys, let's go ahead and get started. This video is not going to be long because I did not remove my storage, so there's just no space for a long video on this phone. So Jack is wearing the e-collar. As you guys can see, it's the green collar on her. Tamara's making a lot of noises because she just is. We're gonna work on it, I'm telling you. But let's do this. She has also did her 20 minutes of exercise, so 20 minutes on 5 miles per hour. So there's like 2 young squirrels that live in my yard, and he tries to hide under it like he's small. He is not a small dog. Anyway, so yeah, there's 2 small squirrels in my yard that they kind of be out here doing reckless stuff, considering the fact that I have dogs. Kratos might be too scared of them. He's still a puppy, still not really confident in himself, so he might be like, I don't know, they look bigger than they look or whatever. But they'd be all over here on the ground and everything, be over there in this little pile, just away from trees. And I know they're young because I had a situation, which I might have mentioned this before. Honestly, the day I got stung, me and Kratos got stung by the yellow jackets. On the first time Kratos got stung, the day before, it had rained. It had stormed. And basically I came out here, I let the dogs out here, and when I brought the dogs in, I don't know who's last one, but I came out to bring the last dog in, and I noticed that there were 2 little baby squirrels right here. The dogs just did not notice them. They're on the ground. I guess the storm knocked them out the nest or whatever. Dogs are so focused on eating breakfast, they just did not notice or did not care. One of the 2. So I left them out, and I didn't do anything with them at that time. Actually, I didn't do it with them at all. But I came out later with the dogs, and they were gone. So I thought that either they got ate up by something, or they were saved. But since then, there's been not necessarily since then, because these 2 are a little bigger than the ones that I saw before. But considering the time frame, the time difference of like when the last time I saw them and now, they've had plenty of time to grow a little bit. They're clearly not like adult squirrels. So I think those are the same 2 that were on the ground out here. So apparently they got rescued, but they're clearly young because they be out here doing some reckless stuff, considering that I have dogs that have a high prey drive. So anyway, y'all. So Samara's new so they do pretty well with playing. So long. Watch your feet and see. And Kratos goes stepping in his poop. Nasty dog. I do have a paw washer, which I don't actually. You guys might have seen it in my videos, but it allows me to wash their paws fairly thoroughly without actually having to scrub their feet down. So Kratos is definitely gonna need it because he just stepped all in that mess. I mean, he has a limited place where he can go, but I will say he was out here before. Like they have opportunities to use the bathroom before I put them out here in tether. But sometimes Kratos is just so excited, and Jack, you see she's potty now. Sometimes they're just so excited to play that they don't actually potty when they're out here by themselves. They have to wait until right before they actually do a playtime. But yeah, Jack's doing pretty well. She might actually need to poop. Oh, if the neighbor's dog's out, she might be trying to play as well. Okay, I got my e-collar ready. So we're just gonna try to do the vibrate. Jackie is very sensitive to a lot of things. Just like things that hurt her don't hurt Kratos, I should say. Because just like in regards to their play, if you guys have been here for a long time, you guys will know that even every time that Kratos has gotten hurt to where he like starts limping, he never yelps beforehand. Like there's not a thing that happens to where he yelps. But Jack, on the other hand, yelps with everything. And Kratos is the one who has who sometimes has scarring on his face and stuff from Jack, basically being too rough playing or scratching or whatever it is. So he's the one who has the wounds. Jack never has wounds, but she yelps the most. So just in terms of pain tolerance, it's just different. And the same thing for the e-collar. Like I do imagine, I don't usually use the e-collar with Jack because she responds very well to just verbal correction. Unlike my dogos who are very hard-headed and they need to learn to respond to verbal correction. Yeah. I was about to push the vibrate thing, but Kratos doesn't have the thing on it. It's Jack. I have to be careful because, like I said, Jack is a little bit more sensitive to things like that. So if I do vibrate, it's just gonna freak her out so much to the point where she's not gonna feel like doing anything. She's like, I don't know what I did, so I'm doing nothing. Kratos has really got to learn how to work with his body. He's a big dog, and he doesn't really necessarily know how to work with himself yet. You know. I'm out of range. Literally do not know. That is literally the only space where Kratos can get hurt. Only space, and he keeps going there. He's trying to find some level of shelter, which I guess I understand, but still. As the neighbor's dog is out, so Jack loves running back and forth and playing, so we'll see if that's what she does. Oh, she looks like she's about to poop. Yeah, she's such a pretty dog. She's a really nice figure. I do like her shape. Crazy, I put the e-collar on her, and the e-collar is not on her a lot. Like, Jack very rarely wears the e-collar, right? And so she honestly could probably just not understand what it even means, because, you know, she's never on her. But it seems like when I do put it on her, she's actually behaving fairly well. She's not doing the whole bunch of, and not necessarily tackling, but you know how she rears up on her back legs and puts her front paws on him, and then kind of you know, grabs his scruff or whatever, grabs his face with her mouth. She's not doing that. So, which is good stuff. And it's actually a cooler day out, so it's not like super hot to where she's extra tired. And she's been spending most of her day, she spent most of her day today inside the kennel. I did end up like letting Kratos have some time out. I did end up letting Kratos have some time out at the end of my day. Oh, there she goes. Yeah, not bad still. Not really bad. She's just sitting on him. What a rude dog. Okay, Jack, that's real rude. I'll make sure I watch my feet. I don't want to step in anything. Kratos is too cute. He's such a little puppy. No, he's not a little puppy, but he's such a puppy. And part of that is just shown in the way he's hiding. Like, I've mentioned this so many times, but Kratos is, at least the last time he was weighed. Jack is probably not going to get any bigger. She's going to be around the 50-pound range for the rest of her life. But Kratos is going to get bigger. But the last time he was weighed, just like 2 weeks ago, he was 25 pounds heavier than her. 25. You just gotta learn how to move with his weight and body. He just hasn't done that yet. So, he hasn't learned that yet. I think I need to do more activities with him that are like agility-wise. But, we'll work on that. This is a good thing that has the e-collar on her now. The most I really worry about Jack, unless something changes in this moment, is her trying to dig to get to the other dog to play. But I'm not actually worried as far as aggression. Jack's like, what? I'm right here, dude. There, the only place he can get hit at, or he can hurt himself at. And see, like I said, he gets hurt the most running away. And it's really bad because Jack chases. That's what Jack does. But if he didn't want the attention, he shouldn't have barked. Let's just be honest. Make sure I'm out the way. Ooh, sorry, y'all. I stepped on something soft. It was like pooped out here, but it was just some old grass. I'm trying to figure out if he's limping or not. I feel like he might be. But he's running like he's fine. No, see, I don't mind that either since she has a toy in his mouth. It's basically when she does that and she's like pushing back against him. And like, generally it's not bad, but she's just a little crazy. A little crazy. like honestly, if Samara and Kratos did it when Samara was bigger, like I wouldn't be worried about it because Samara just that energy level is just not the same. At least as far as I can tell. Jack was a little crazy dog. Hi. That was hilarious though. Jack was like, "Oh, you want to bark at me though? Okay." And she came back. But honestly, that's really just teaching Kratos that if he wants her attention, he needs to bark, which is not the best thing, especially if Jack does not want him to do it. Unfortunately, that's just the way Kratos learns. Um, like Samara and Kratos are very hard-headed, as Dogo Argentino does, but they are also like they're incredibly intelligent, right? So, for example, I'm trying to see if he's like limping. He's gonna get stuck under there. Bet. But they're intelligent in a way that I don't even know what I was talking about. I was talking about how intelligent they are. But let's just, for example, it does seem that when I put the call on Kratos, he does behave better. He just behaves more. And I have a camera inside of my house that I can plug in to watch the dogs when I'm not around, or if I'm not in the same room as them. I used it for the first time today, and Kratos was eyeballing it. He was sniffing it a bit, and then he started to chew on something that he wasn't supposed to chew on, which is what I'm really working on. And I corrected him for the e-call that he was wearing at the time, and he stopped. He did stop, but literally the entire time, like he was like sulking after he got corrected. He was just eyeballing the camera, like he knew that was the reason why he got corrected. Just like, this dog's too smart. I'm pretty sure he doesn't understand that. Like, okay, I'm watching through it, but it's just like you have something to do with it. You must. So. Now he's trying to figure out, why is this thing following me? And that's because he wrapped himself around it. I'll have to remove it. Actually, I'm surprised this video is this long. I'll stop trying to talk so much to you guys. So if it does cut off, which it probably will before it gets to 15, you guys aren't missing any commentary, if you guys even listen to it. Yeah, I'll remove it after they're done playing. Or I'll have to remove it and put it back after they're done playing so it can actually stay there for the duration of the day. And not to worry about them just doing it again in this play session. I'm glad you're tired of this thing. That's okay, so long as it doesn't start rolling in it. I mean, it's not as wet as it was yesterday when Kratos did it, but still. I'm watching you, little girl. Don't be thinking that you can roll on the grass or roll on the dirt. Honestly, of course, Kratos needs to be a little bit less excited for me to tell. But I'm actually pretty surprised that he hasn't hurt himself doing all of the little acrobatics around these tree trunks or tree branches. I have to say I'm fairly surprised. All right, guys, we hit the 15-minute mark, so I'm going to shut it down for now. Watch paws because paws definitely need to be wiped, but I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.